Okay peeps, I've got myself a resin 3D printer. Now let's take a look. Okay, so I got myself the LD-002R Creality 3D printer. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what it's like. Look at this beautiful container. Beautiful. And there she is. Okay, so aside from a ton of foam that we got a box full of goodies here. We have the actual printer, then the print head, or the bed type thing, and then we have the plastic casing for it. So why don't we go ahead and put this together and yeah, see what we can do. Okay, so included in that box of goodies, we have power cord, a brush, we have a plastic scraper, we have a metal scraper, and we have probably virus infected USB drive, a bag of tools, some paper filters, some gloves, because you know what, it's coronavirus. Also, face masks, because, you know, I guess they decided to send people face masks. Also, because of coronavirus. And we got some paperwork, we got some release film for the printer, after sales card, awesome user manual, and this little triangle of whatever. This is cool. Triangle, probably the best part in the entire box. So yeah, that is what we have in the bag of goodies. So let's actually now put this together. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and actually read the manual. Probably the first time in my life I've actually read a manual for something. So yeah, I'm actually gonna read through some of this, if not all of it, mainly because I don't want to destroy my printer. But yeah, normally don't read through manuals. I didn't even read the manual for my lawnmower. But yeah, let's get to reading. Do not use the printer any way other than described herein in order to avoid personal injury or property damage. What else would you use a 3D printer for? Do not place a printer near a heat source or flammable or explosive objects. When was the last time you put your printer near an explosive object? Blah blah blah. Children under 10 years old should not use the printer without supervision. Does that qualify for me? That was a joke. I'm a little bit older than that. Now, power. Beeps are almost sometimes seldom good. Let's go to tools. Yes, manual. Then we we'll go up 10 millimeters, and you should be able to see this going up then. Press the button. Now, back to the manual. We have now turned on and raised the platform. Yes, remove the resin pad. We turn the screws. I just pulled this off, and I don't know if you can see it. There's a bunch of like dust and metal chips here. It's really wonky. So yeah, I'd recommend wiping that off before you do anything and just make sure it's nice and clean. Number 2, tools, manual, home. That's for the LCD screen. Could have specified that. And check whether the platform sticks to the printing. Okay, I don't know what that is supposed to mean. So, now it looks like we're supposed to take this little thing here. I would recommend putting your hand under it, that way if you accidentally drop it, it doesn't break your screen, which would be very, very unfortunate. Mainly because you just spend 300 bucks on a printer and you don't really want to have it go to the ER immediately. You plop that on, tighten the screw. It seems pretty solid. Yeah, that is beautifully solid. And so we open our bag of screws, and it looks like take some of the included Allen wrenches. Well, actually we have to go and home the Z-axis first after we loosen the screws up here. The Allen wrench to loosen the screws comes with 3 Allen wrenches. There's small, medium, and large. The medium one seems to loosen the screws on the side. Just be sure not to loosen them too far. We don't want this to drop. Some of these screws are loose and some of them are tight. Like some of them seem like they have Loctite and some of them, not so much. I'm not sure if they want us to remove this because there's some bubbles in it, which isn't too good. But what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna remove this because please tear off protective film before use. I guess this might qualify as use then, so I'm gonna quick pop this off. Beautifully sounding. Okay, now okay, so this is nice and wiggly right here. Why don't we go ahead and press home. Hey peeps, this uses an optical sensor type thingy-mabob or something like that for its limit switch. It's pretty cool. Let me show you guys. Look at, let's see. Can you see that there? Yeah, let's. There. Now it has homed. Isn't that cool? Okay. Now you can take this, place it nice, not too tight there. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of pressure as I tighten it, just to make sure as you tighten it, the platform doesn't come up. Don't tighten it all the way when you just tighten them a little bit first, that way you don't offset anything as you tighten. I don't know if you're supposed to have that protective sheet on, that way there's a little bit of a distance. Well, I haven't tightened things fully. Loosen things up just a hair. So it kind of moves. Now I'm going to take a sheet of paper, place it under. How convenient. If it doesn't print well, we know why. They probably did not intend for this manual to have these two different purposes. Now, you can go ahead and tighten this up. That way there's a little bit of a gap there for the film. There. Now we have a gap in there, and that should work out. I'm just going to go ahead and finish tightening this up. That seems to be pretty well on there. Let's continue with the manual. Okay, so there's level platform 1, there's level platform 2. Don't know what that is supposed to mean. So, tighten up the screws, Now, we're gonna go up. Come on. I don't say anything about wiping this off. Sounds cool. So I'm gonna go ahead, take and wipe this side off. Yes, guys, your shirt is the intended tool for this one. Okay, it fits. It has this little bit of a groove, and it'll fit right in. Always tighten these screws, that way nothing wobbles. Because during a print, that could be potentially hazardous to your printing health. Don't attempt to read the next step in Chinese. Okay, so unfortunately this printer does not come with resin. I bought my own resin. It's the Sierra Tech, Soraya Tech, however you want to pronounce it, however they pronounce it, but that is how it's spelled. So this is the fast curing ABS-like stuff. I got 1 kilogram of it. It was about $35 on Amazon. It's pretty solid, but I put the vat in backwards. Mainly because there's these grooves on the back that I will show you here momentarily. That they are your kind of like they tell you how much stuff you put in, how much resin. I forgot to wipe out the inside. Let me do that. Okay, so now that I'm putting this back in, I'm gonna go show you the ridges here. That is kind of like fill lines and how much and all that other jazz. So let me show that to you real quick. Okay, so here, right, this little lip right here is the 140 milliliter marker line. This lip right here is the 170 millimeter marker line. This one right here is the 225 milliliter marker line. This one here is the 285 milliliter marker line. I don't know how full I want you to fill it up, but I'm assuming that's kind of the limit, because I don't know how much resin you want to dump in there, because it's kind of expensive, you know. Currently, we do not need these. Okay, so that cool sounding thing right there is the release film, and then these screws hold in a bracket that is shaped like this groove here, and that holds it in place. You can see the film kind of sticking through places, like right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is what this current release film looks like, and it's okay. But hey, if it don't work, you just stick on another. These are the release films, by the way. I wonder how much they cost. Okay. Next step in the manual is starting the prints. Start printing. Chidu box. Okay, so the printing software is... No, hey, I said Chidu box. It's spelled C-H-I-T-U-B-O-X. Chidu box. And then it says open the slice software, click your open for STL models, and then do this and that, add supports, and then settings, blah 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 blah. And then there's instructions in Chinese. Okay, so then it says generate G code and save the G code to the U disk. So I guess this is the U disk. Yeah, whatever that means. Small chance that this is infected, but I'm not gonna judge. Pop this open. I will probably not be plugging this into my computer. What could possibly go wrong? Oh wow, this is a 16 gigabyte. We're definitely plugging this one in. Red lights. Now it's solid. And then there's a troubleshooting guide. So yes, I read through the entire manual. I read front cover, and I breezed through it all the way to the back cover. Yeah, there's really nothing important on the back, but my camera's about to die, so yeah, let's okay, I got a model ready for this, and it's a D&D mini for a friend. I thought I'd print it on here. I have 0.05 millimeter layer heights, It's a lot smaller than my current FDM 3D printer can do. So I'm going to throw some of my resin in, just a little bit. I don't want to waste too much in case this goes down the tubes. But I'm going to throw some of that in, and yeah, let's see how this prints. Let's do it. Okay, so first off, some resin. Never opened a resin container before. Doesn't have that bad of a smell. Actually, it does. Never mind. This is why. Wow, that is nasty. Okay, so just pour a bit in. Actually, I gotta go up further. Right, when printing this, I'm gonna turn off all my lights in here, just because I don't want to mess this up. I just want it to do its thing, and yeah. Okay, so it's risen up. I'm gonna go ahead and dump some of this in, probably about 140 milliliters. Yeah, I gotta turn off my main light. It's gonna get dark and bad, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, quick, go back, set this on. Really don't want to waste too much resin. Okay, I have a D&D Mini. Let's click the play button. Yes, beautiful. Okay. There's 758 layers, peeps. Okay, I will meet you at the end of this print. I might get a couple shots of this doing its thing, but that's about it. Yeah, I will. Yeah, just go ahead and let's see what this printer has in store for us. Now the print here has finished, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. I got gloves on because I don't want to get my hands in the resin, and the resin smells pretty bad. So I gotta quick take this off, get some alcohol on it, and then yeah, just I'd recommend covering this up afterwards because resin doesn't smell very good. I'm gonna go squirt this with a little bit of alcohol to get it cleaned up, and then I will see about curing it or something or other. Just to show you guys the cleaning procedure, quick take the lid off, take this, slide that out, and then I would take and try to do something about this. Wow, that did not turn out very well at all. And then put this back over. That way you don't have so many fumes. This is my cleaning setup. Just one of the pieces of foam. This is not very pretty at all. So I take this and I just spray the parts real well. You're going to use a lot of alcohol. I am currently using denatured alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol might work better, not quite sure, but this works fine for me. Then you're going to want to take some kind of knife. I, in particular, just have my Swiss Army knife, and I go under this flat, this thin area right here, because it's not as hard to peel out. And there you go. The parts are free. Now I will have to reprint some of these guys because they did not come out very well. But that is my cleaning process, and this is also just the second print that I've ever done with resin in my life. So yeah, would say just stick your build plate somewhere to let it air out, kind of dry off, because with all that alcohol, if you put it right back in, things won't stick to it. So just let it dry out. Let these, whatever you do for curing, I would say just stick them in the sun, let them cure, then snip the supports off and you should be good. Okay guys, I have the fan running in the background to blow all the fumes out of this room because it's pretty bad. But print is done, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up, and yeah, I'll show you the problems that we have here and how you can probably fix them. Okay, so the current problem here, so I don't know if you can see that there, but this guy right here, there's separation between his cloak there and the supports. The material there, it was supposed to be part of his cloak, but it didn't print, and I'm thinking that's because the supports were not quite big enough and they didn't support enough, and it just didn't print. And yeah, that should fix your settings, your problems there. And yeah, this is just a plate of minis that will then be broken apart once they've cured. Yeah. Now that this has mostly dried, I'm gonna go ahead and get another thing set up on this, and yeah, start that printing. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch the time lapse. Okay, I got a really big file on here. It'll take 6 to 7 hours to print, so why don't we go ahead and get it started, and yeah. Okay, final thoughts, and yes, a new hairstyle. Okay, so here are my quick final thoughts on the LD-002. Anyway, the LD-002R printer, I think that's the proper name, but my final thoughts are it is an excellent budget resin 3D printer. Although you will have to know, getting into resin, definitely watch a bunch more videos on this, and watch videos on other just resin 3D printing in general. They can teach you a ton. The Thomas Salan something
Sanlauderer.
Starts with an S, Thomas S. Just gonna call him that. He has excellent videos, excellent quality, and he's done some LD-002R stuff. And yeah, feel free to go check that out. But yes, this is an excellent 3D printer. It is very simple to use. Fairly good instruction manual, which is great. Has very good high quality prints. Although you will have to just read up on the Chudu software, because I mean it's all software once you have the printer. Well, pretty much all software. I mean, you have to make sure you do resin stuff correct, but yeah, that is about it for this 3D printer. Excellent quality, excellent price. Resin isn't horribly expensive, but yeah, if you want to get one, feel free to go to Amazon or something like that and pick one up. Very good quality, fairly good build size. So yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. I could really use that. And yeah, hopefully I will have another video out soon to keep you guys hopefully entertained. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.